Alright. Okay, now we're live. Okay, everybody. Welcome to the Fresh and Fit podcast. Today we're talking about why women are whores. No, we're not talking about that. Today we are talking about our favorite. Hold on. Sorry about this. Let's see if the audio's working. Yep. Okay. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about our favorite first time watches of this year. So it doesn't necessarily have to be movies that came out in 2023. It's just any movie from any year. We've done this before. I do this every year. It's pretty much a ritual at this point. And so yeah, and so uh we'll count down our top 10, but then we'll start with number 10. But this is how I usually do all of my top 10 videos. Bottom five, like, so 6 through 10 are, we'll go through those really quick, as quickly as possible. We can kind of talk about them a bit, but then the top five will actually, for each of our top fives, we'll get into more detail about. And so yeah, to save time so it doesn't become like a 3 hour video or whatever. But and so yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this because I'm actually really curious what you would pick. I would have no idea what you would pick. Uh, it's funny because the cereal box reviews, we actually did the last ones this year, but that was like earlier this year. And so I haven't really talked. We've talked about movies here and there outside of the videos, but yeah, I have no idea what you would pick. You probably aren't gonna have any idea what I'm gonna pick at all, and so this is gonna be interesting. So anyways, I'll start with you. What is your number 10?
Um. Okay, wait. I was about to ask if you have a new podcast or something. I don't know.
No, I don't have. I live stream, but I don't have like a podcast or anything.
Right. Okay. Now, um, I just want to clarify that I tried to do only movies that came out in 2023.
Oh, okay.
But I failed because I realized that I had only seen about 7 movies this
I've
year
only
that have been
seen.
made.
I've only seen 3, 4 movies. I think that's it,
Wow. Yeah.
which is pretty
It
less.
it might be less. I don't know. I'd have to
Well,
check again.
this year in general, for all the movies I watched this year, this is the lowest amount, and
Mm-hmm.
just if anything, and it just has to do with because I was so busy, and it's been good and bad, a chaotic year for me, so I didn't really lounge around and watch movies that much. Also, so, and the top movies I picked because of that, there's gonna be like they're not as good as like the ones I picked last year or the year before and stuff. But at the same time, there was a lot of my lists, a lot of the movies I found, a lot of like cult movies or like hidden gem type movies that, um, uh, kind of like first time discoveries that the stuff I've heard of before. But yeah, so it's a lot of like very like cult movie orientated, which is interesting because it's a kind of a switch up from. I mean, last year and year I've always had cult movies and stuff on my list, but not as many high brow type movies as
Mm.
years past. So that's
You're
which
gonna
is
one
kind of
up me
interesting.
because I have very as far as art stuff goes, I
Yeah.
have very mid picks here. But okay, wait, okay. You asked what the number 10
Number
was, and
10.
number
Yeah.
10 was Without You I'm Nothing. I don't remember who directed it, but it's Sandra Bernhard's special. Do you know who Sandra Bernhard is? Even King of Comedy, the gingery looking chick.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know her.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, it's brilliant. It's a lot of fun. All right, what's your number 10? He's
My
so
number
weird.
10 is Battle of the Algiers.
You fucking
Um,
cocksucker. Of course it is. Okay, yeah.
what do you have on your list?
No,
Oh.
but I have no like I don't have a Battle of Algiers on my list. I'm not
Okay.
cool. Anyway,
It's only number 10 though, but controversially, but I rank my list based off of favorites, not if this was ranking by objectively best, this would be a different list.
it'd be
But
a much duller list.
yeah, that's why I like doing these lists like this because it's a lot. If you go on YouTube, look up a list, it's a lot of these type of videos. They always pick like it's always the top letterbox movies in their top 10. It's like okay, we get it. Like come and see, valid. Yeah, I get it. But uh, yeah, Battle of Algiers. This is a movie I've always heard of. I've heard of for a very long time. Probably ever since I got. I'm not gonna say when I got into movies, but especially when I got into like higher art type, like when it's like when you discover Criterion Core type movies and stuff. Like I heard about this movie back in the day and stuff, and didn't know much about it. Always heard good things. I've even heard a lot of negative things because there's a lot of people that think it's pure like commie propaganda and stuff. And I've always been kind of curious because of the whole kind of polarizing reaction of it. I watched the movie and it's a very good movie. Yeah, you could say it's a propaganda film, but the way it's such a the way it's the narrative structure of the movie and how it's you don't the propaganda part is like so meaningless. Like you can just watch the movie as is. Like there's no you can have no I had no context of this war or anything. I don't know anything about this war and I enjoy you can enjoy it just as is. Like uh and so yeah, it's about I'm gonna butcher my history here about the Algerian the revolution in the 50s or whatever. And yeah, it's a very good movie. Very great, amazing action scenes and explosions and different things. Some of the best I've seen in any movie, actually. Yeah, this is a very entertaining movie. But yeah, what's your number 9?
Well, let's see. I should have written this out. I put number nine Safe by Todd Haynes.
Oh, okay.
I'd been meaning to get around to it for a while, and when he put out May December, his name was getting brought up. Like I had never really seen it brought up. That and I started listening to Perfume Nationalist, and I don't know. I just got very curious and watched it, and surprise, surprise, great. Julianne Moore was very good. Um, and I like it when gay directors just kind of shit on homos for a little while.
Mm.
That's a big chunk of the movie. Have you seen it?
I'm gonna be honest. I've never. I don't think I've seen. I've never seen a Todd Haynes movie. I think
Really?
every one of his movies, I think, is on my watch list. Like every single one. I've
Mm.
never seen a Todd Haynes movie. I don't believe I have.
You should.
What's his most popular one?
I
This
think
one?
his most popular one is Carol, his like lesbo,
Oh,
like
oh yeah.
Oscar
I've
drama.
never seen that either.
I'm not as curious at the moment about some of his later work. They seem a little more playing to the crowd, kinda. But I'm
Right.
very. I was watching. I watched. Did I even finish it? I haven't even finished it, but it's cool. His Bob Dylan movie, which is
Oh, okay.
also pretty interesting. And yeah, he's interesting. I'm glad he's making movies about some pedo woman or something now. So anyway,
Uh,
what's your number nine?
my number 9 is throwing a curveball. This one. Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers.
Based. I love that movie, dude.
Dude,
Based.
I don't. Okay, so how I rank slasher movies and stuff, I would put. I'd put a lot of the like the Texas Chainsaw at the top and stuff, But when it comes to the kind of like later '80s like slasher ripoff, I mean, okay, so this is a sequel, obviously, but it's very different from the first movie. But this movie has more. It takes a lot of elements from like slasher movies from that time. And that was a whole. There's the slasher subgenre, but there's the subgenre that's just like entirely like rip off of Friday the 13th movies, rip off hack kind of movies and stuff. And in my opinion,
Camping.
this is the best out of the hack kind of slasher type movies. And
Is this? I'm sorry, I totally interrupted. But is this the one where the girl has like milkshake on each one of her tits, or is that number 3?
I almost wanted to say that's three. So the third one is the one with remember the rapper, the black guy,
Mm-hmm.
the girl
Yeah, I remember
says
him.
is it
It's Bruce
that's it.
Springsteen's daughter or
Yeah,
sister or something.
yeah, it's his sister.
Uh huh.
And it's funny because I think I think these movies are way better actually than the first one. Um they're way more entertaining. They're um way more. I mean, it's just what you want. I've heard a lot of criticisms from people that say they didn't like the sequels because it has more of a comedic. They take a comedic route with it, and also, but these sequels are beloved. Uh, People love the sequels though; they have a huge following. But yeah, I think this is like a perfect slasher like trash movie like 80s slasher trash type movie because a lot of these type of movies a lot of them are kind of boring. There aren't that many good ones, and so I think this is like there's not one dull like moment in it. It's so like nonstop like entertaining. Non like there's they kill like everything, like there's all the even the boobs, like there's nothing that's like there's not a moment in this movie where I'm like kind of spacing out or like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it kept my attention throughout the entire thing. I think it's a funny movie. Yeah, I think I like it quite a bit.
Face.
Number eight, you're number eight.
Let me check. I'm doing this very professionally. Oh, Peter Vack's assholes.
Okay.
Um, I wanted to put Betsy Brown's actors on here, but then I realized that I saw it in 2022. It felt like I'd seen it recently though.
It's like the very like December. It's probably been exactly a year now.
Yeah,
It's already
probably.
been yeah.
Shout
Because
out
that
to
doesn't
Betsy.
feel that long
You're
ago.
just putting it out
December
on public service.
December 2022 does not feel long ago at all.
It no, no. But anyway, I've come to love it for what it is. I feel like a part of me kind of like edits it in my head to like get rid of like some of the like crude humor of it and just sort of focus on the style because I think he has a very good eye and some of the more moving scenes which I think are there.
Mm.
Um, but I've come to just sort of appreciate it for what it is. Um, and I think it's just it's so retarded that I can't help but love it. I don't know how else to put it. I really don't. You know. Anyway, what's your 8?
I'm curious.
I can't. Am I? Is it clear right now that I'm like trying to sort of settle back into the vibe of like talking with somebody on like a camera and being recorded because I'm wildly like insecure. Are you just you've just been doing this though? I
I've
haven't.
done this for so long.
So
I don't think about
creepy.
it.
I'm trying to like listen to you, but like my fucking stupid face is like right below yours, and it's like so unsettling. It's off-putting, but I'm rolling with it, and I just had to comment on it though. Now,
Yeah.
what's your number 8?
Um. My number eight is Andrei Rublev. Andrei
Ah, you
Rublev.
cocksucker. Yeah, okay.
Only number eight. Uh, yeah, Andrei Rublev, directed by Andrei Tarkovsky. On two Andres. Uh,
Tale of Two Andres.
yeah.
Wait.
My dinner with Andrei. But anyways, a fun fact actually, they wanted Tarkovsky to direct that movie. Did you know that?
That's a joke, right?
No, that's real.
Wait, what?
They even reached out to Tarkovsky. I think whoever what's the guys from the My Dinner with Andre movie.
Fucking, it's that Wallace Shawn or something.
Yeah,
Sean
there's
Wallace,
another, but they
and then
both
there's
made it.
Andre.
They're obviously in it, but they both made it. But well, they didn't make it. What's his name that directed Black Moon directed it, but yeah, they wanted
Louis Malle. Did he do?
yeah,
God, he did, didn't he? Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I haven't watched any Louis Malle
but
movies.
they wanted Tarkovsky to direct it originally,
Why?
and
That
they
doesn't
reached
make
out.
sense. I mean, it's cool or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, I like
he
this
said
random
no.
shit like that.
I think he declined or something
It's
like
not
that.
a.
But yeah, I think it was kind of like what, but especially like American movie and stuff. It's kind of weird, but uh, anyways, but Andrei Rublev is a movie about Andrei Rublev, a Russian painter from like the 1400s. No, like 1100s, I think, or something like that. I think going way back. He was a priest, pastor, or something like that. I don't know. I'm butchering my Russian. I don't know my Algerian or Russian ancient
In his later life,
Russian
right?
history.
To like give up painting. He was an icon painter or whatever. It was all religious shit,
Yeah,
right? Right.
yeah. He was and he built like this, which I think is still around today. This church. I don't know if they call it a church over there. They probably call it something else, but a church pretty much. That's one of those beautiful ancient, old church. You walk in, the artwork and shit, and
Yeah.
the movie's just about his kind of life in that moment, building the church and stuff, and so you just kind of follow him around. But yeah, it's actually a really good movie. I think it's actually for the attention deficit. I think it's one of Tarkovsky's more entertaining movies. There's a lot of things going on. There's actually like action scenes and stuff too.
Right.
And I think it's so
I
far of
saw
all the
that
movies I've
amazing
seen.
opening.
So far of all the movies I've watched from him, this is my favorite of his movies. But
Yeah. I think other than maybe like that nostalgia thing, I think this, or maybe Mirror, I don't know. But I think that's one of the ones I'm most eager to check out. I've never seen a Tarkovsky.
mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. You're number 7.
Number 7. Okay, you'll think I'm gay, but I put Oppenheimer on here.
Okay.
Because I think it reminded me of Griffith's Birth of a Nation, as
Yeah.
far as like it's
Why? Because is there some Japanese
no, it not because it's racist, it's
for some
not, but
yellow
because
folks.
it's a very epic, grand scale look at something that is not a very liberal topic, and it's as opposed to Birth of a Nation, which is more romantic. Oppenheimer, the film, is a little more whatever, less rose tinted. But regardless, it's something very, like, in my view, unliberal. Like, I can't imagine any liberal being like a fan of a
Well,
whatever the
their
fuck.
movie was Barbie. That was their movie.
Yeah, sure.
That's funny. It is kind of like the Barbie is for the libs, Oppenheimer's for the
I
conservatives.
mean, yeah, isn't that's basically what the whole thing was about? I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've never seen it. I will one of these days. Um,
I don't know if you'd like it.
yeah,
Excuse me, I have to blow my nose. I'm sick. But say what you're
I
gonna
am
say. I'm
too.
listening.
I am too. So I've been coughing a lot.
It's going around.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Fucking everyone I know.
yeah. um, uh, yeah. I'm not a Christopher Nolan fan, so I
Neither am I. surprised to like it as much as I did, but
I probably might like it a bit more as other movies. Maybe I could see myself liking it a bit more.
do you ever see like I don't know about Memento, but like he did that black and white like sort of student thing that
Oh,
looked
Following.
yeah. Did you
Yeah, I've
see
seen
that? I didn't.
Following. I've
Is it
seen
good?
all of. I've seen pretty much all his movies except for his last two. I've seen all of them except for the last two. No, I haven't seen Insomnia, which is a remake of
Insomnia is
Insomnia is a
fun.
remake of that one movie, that
That
French movie or something.
Stellan, no, it's
It's a
Stellan
it's not
Skarsgård.
French,
It's like a Norwegian or some shit.
Norwegian,
Some
yeah.
snowy shit.
Which that's one that a lot of people really like the original, but the Nolan one they actually people don't regard it as that good. I don't know.
I fun. It's
I've
not
never
like
seen either of them, so I don't have an opinion. But I don't even know what
yeah.
it's really about.
Anyway, yeah. What are we at? I already fucking forget, dude. That's how out of practice
um,
I am.
oh, we're at my number 7.
Yeah.
My number 7 is um, American Mary. This is my number 7. This is one of those movies that I was saying. I mean, this has a cult following, but it's kind of hidden gem. Like, not. I was a bit surprised how much I like it, kind of thing. I thought it was just gonna be like okay or whatever, or bad. That was my thoughts going in. This is a surprisingly good movie. I say that because, like you can pull this movie up on Tubi right now, and you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh, this is just one of those weird, like low budget, like made for Tubi type movies or whatever. Like, oh, this is
Never
just gonna
heard of
be
it.
shit.
What
American Mary is it stars, it pretty much doesn't have it has a lot of nobodies, but it's the main actress is Catherine Isabel, famously from Ginger Snaps, and she's Ginger from Ginger Snaps.
mhm.
Canadian Scottish beauty, Catherine Isabel. Uh, Scottish delicacy or whatever, whatever they said. she
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been. This is I'm embarrassed to admit to this, but I've been really into the Celtic girls lately.
Defined into
I like red, like
just like seeing
ginger
them.
redheads, like
No, like you just like
alcoholic, like
yeah,
yeah,
whores. Yeah,
hot hairy bushes, red bushes.
gutter
But let's
trash.
move on from that. But no, this is a good movie. It's about pretty much about so this is kind of a horror comedy sort of, but it's about she's this uh she's going to nursing school or whatever, and you know, she's like a typical college student. She's in debt. She needs to, you know, pay her bills and stuff, and then she's like, whatever, I'll get into stripping or whatever, and but she finds out that uh well, she gets into stripping and it's whatever, but uh there's an incident where a guy, because the strip club's ran by like the mob pretty much, and then there's a guy that needs surgery or what, like, you know, like because he got like shot or whatever. I don't remember what it was, and he's like, they're like, quick, like, and they get her like, you know what to do or whatever, and then they pay her extra, and then it becomes a hustle. With it becomes a hustle, or she gives like these amateur surgeries, and you know, as the movie goes on, it gets more ridiculous. And this movie's eerily, actually, I just thought of it, and it's now eerily similar to like, um, weirdly similar to Miss 45. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Like, it's not a revenge movie. There is some revenge, but it's not like where she's going around killing people and stuff. But it's kind of that structure where as the movie goes, like kind of Miss 45, it gets ridiculous, or she gets almost way too into her vigilante hijinks, and so, like she gets way like into it. It's kind of that same thing where she gets kind of way into it, and yeah, it's an interesting movie. It's actually very well written, surprisingly. I thought the acting was actually really good. Um, yeah, American Mary. I love cat. I love
That's so
Captain
funny.
Isabel.
I've never heard of this, and it sounds so far like the thing I'm most curious to check out.
Yeah, it's on Tubi.
Um,
I love
Tubi.
Catherine Isabel. I'm
I've
just
been
gonna
on a
say that
Tubi.
over and over
Yeah,
again. I
I've been
love her,
going
and
through Tubi.
her birthday's a day before mine too.
So she's okay, yeah, Scorpio.
Yeah.
Are Scorpios compatible with each other? Because I know like some of them
Same
are good
signs are
together.
usually compatible.
Are they? I thought it
Yeah.
was like 50-50. I
That's not true though. I won't get into it.
you're not you're
I
not
had a
gonna get
Scorpio that
into.
I had a Scorpio that tried destroying me, so I shouldn't say that. Woo. We'll move on. What's your number six?
Uh, my number 6 is the new Scorsese.
Oh, Killers in the
I
Flower
have
Moon.
nothing to say about this other than that Lily Gladstone lady is very beautiful, and I hope she doesn't end up to be like super annoying.
That the native?
Yeah, that's the native gal.
Okay. Yeah. I've never seen it. Uh, that's another one. Like, actually, that one I'll watch sooner than Oppenheimer. I'll watch that one sooner.
I
I'm just
understand.
kind of I didn't feel the need. I actually almost saw it one day, but it's one of those I was like, I, because Scorsese to me, he still makes good. He makes good movies, but they don't like hit for me. Like The Irishman and like Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not as a fan of like a lot of people. Those
I never
movies.
watched Wolf. I never watched Wolf of Wall Street.
It's
I
good,
don't plan
but
on it
it's
anytime
kind
though.
of like whatever to me. It's good.
Yeah.
It's well made, but it's kind
Well,
of
of course it's whatever well made, but I mean, I'm the
it just
whole
doesn't
like.
hit. It doesn't have that. But people I've never watched movies love Wolf of Wall Street. That's every like dude in high school that never watched any movies favorite movie is Wolf of Wall Street.
I mean, of course, yes, but I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sick of Scorsese a lot
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
kind of where
actually,
I'm at. Like it's
and
kind
that's
of
why I liked Flower Moon because it was very unlike
it was
in
different.
a lot of ways everything he's been doing for like the past whatever how many years, despite its long runtime. I never had an issue with the runtime. I just had an issue that it was so fucking gay. Like fucking Casino's not that good. Goodfellas is good, but I mostly just think that because like I saw it
I
a
really
long
like
time
good.
ago.
I think Goodfellas is really good.
Goodfellas, yeah, it's like I don't know. I'm fucking. I'm kind of tapped out on
Yeah.
Scorsese for the moment. But whatever. Anyway, what's your 6?
My number six is The Love Witch. Oh,
Okay.
this is a pretty good movie. Another one I was surprised how much I liked it. But then it was one of those because I didn't know anything about it, and when I pushed play in like first 5 minutes or whatever, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like this movie. This movie, this is like if you watch this movie, you would laugh. You'd be like, oh, like um a movie that I would like or whatever. Like you'd be laughing. Like it has like every like kind of weird like thing that like oh like I would like. So it's just a movie about a witch that it's kind of a
Makes
comedy. I
yeah.
wouldn't even really call it a horror movie. That um she hexes people. She's like a red scare girl witch. The witch was a red scare.
Didn't get mad at me because I said in a group chat that I thought it looked like it was gonna like be annoying,
Oh well,
but you
that's
were
what
like,
I thought before I watched it, but
yeah.
I ended up really liking it. The way it's filmed, out of any movie I've seen that kind of homages like the '60s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This specifically is like the late '60s, like definitely like L.A. um Hollywood movie
That glossy be
there's almost some British
or
stuff like
whatever.
you seen like in like Hammer movies and stuff from that time too. Out of any movie from that time period, you know what's funny is like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's it's just funny because the chick that's in this is in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as Abigail Folger, but um, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's a beautiful movie. The way it's shot, the sets, everything's
Yeah,
perfect. The way it looks, it captures that period
his best
perfectly.
looking thing, Jackie
It is,
Brown.
but this movie nails it way better because the way it's filmed, the shots, like it's filmed because it's kind of filmed like a movie from that time, but the also it's filmed kind of like a TV
When I before I knew
like the Batman TV show, but like
right
not as obnoxious, but kind of like that has that look, the
before I
color
saw the
tones and
date,
everything.
I thought it was just some like old like kind of like Valley of the Dolls thing that I just had never heard of.
Yeah, and it's filmed like that, and it's perfect. Like it doesn't look off. Like when people make movies where there's like homage scenes and stuff, like there's always something off about this movie. Like it looks like to a T. Like it almost looks like they use the same film stock and like the same set. Like everything's like perfect, and even the
Yeah,
soundtrack. I really like the sound. It's kind of taken from different movies. A lot of Murakami, a lot of his obscure kind of takes and stuff. And it really fits.
they took stuff from just like prior
Yeah,
scores from
and but
movies.
they a lot of the stuff they take, it's like not, it's like very obscure. It's like it's Murakami stuff. It's actually some of the best stuff I've heard from him, but it's like from movies I never even heard, like nobody's like heard of and stuff. And
I've just only recently realized just how many movies that guy has
oh
scored.
yeah,
It's insane.
he's
And
done.
like
He
not
did like
just
every
I always
Italian
think
movie ever
like
made. He scored like every
yeah,
Italian movie ever made.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
like did he even do an art? No, Argento wouldn't hire that guy.
I almost isn't the Birth of Crystal Plumage Murakami. I think he did that one. I almost think he did. Could be wrong.
You know what? Shit, he might have like his early
Yeah,
shit before he got into prog rock or whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
you know what? Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
Like
he's done
early,
horror. Murakami's done like every genre of every movie.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, I brought that up because like Tarantino, he loves using Murakami, but it's like stuff from for a few dollars more. It's like okay, dude, like chill. Like he has all this catalog. Pick something that's you know.
Very dull.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, this movie, and not just him, but like other like deep cuts of stuff, and yeah, so and it fits with the movie. But I like this movie a lot. It's definitely a movie that was made for me, I would say. But yeah,
hmm
you got your
Um,
number six, right?
I don't remember.
Okay, it was the
I don't,
Scorsese, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah.
All right, now we're on to the top five. What's your number five?
Uh, Shamina, Heaven's Gate.
Okay.
Yeah. What can I say? I fell in love. I love every face in that movie. I love every fields and every tree and every train and every horse that gets killed. And I love every house and fucking every goofy top hat. I love it all. I love Chris Christopherson's beard and the single tear that goes down his face at the end of the movie. And I love even the shitty, weird kind of green screen thing at the very, very end, the last shot. Um, Chimino was brilliant. I'm glad he wasted all their fucking money, but because he didn't waste it because it was fucking spectacular, and you see every dollar, as they say. I think it's probably better than the Deer Hunter, and I think it's one of the greatest. I love that you can't hear half the shit that's said. I love that so much. It's probably one of the best westerns ever done by an American, and certainly an Italian American. Um, and uh, whatever. Yeah. Um, have you seen it?
I've never seen Heaven's Gate.
Get on it.
Yeah.
It's worth every minute. Even when you're bored, there's something to kind of marvel at, you know.
Yeah.
And it's very moving too. It's very moving. It's not just eye candy. It's very human. Um,
Mm.
even though Chimino is probably like autistic in some way. I mean, it's very potent.
Yeah.
And you see Isabelle Huppert like fucking like on a horse and buggy like storm through a town and like almost kill a bunch of people and die and shit. Then you know that shit tipped over like 10 fucking times with all the fucking
Right.
takes. It's amazing. They can't fucking do it anymore, and it's
Yeah.
so I'm so it's just like one of those things you see, and you're just like, fuck, I'm so grateful they like slipped this one through, and we're able to have it.
It's the movie that made the studios hated this movie, and then from there on out they're like, we're only gonna make soy boy movies now.
Yeah, basically. Or like, well, it was Coppola's One from the
One from
Heart,
the Heart, and then
and I sometimes hear Raging Bull get lumped into
I
that, but I have
sometimes
no
hear
idea why. 'Cause that was a
cruising.
hit.
I sometimes hear
What?
cruising,
Oh yeah, sure. Cruising,
cruising.
yeah, but like cruising was basically like they kind of knew what they were doing
Yeah.
in a different way, and it didn't really waste money. It wasn't a hit, but I don't think it like really
Well,
burned them.
it's I don't really get the. I think we have to like analyze these eras and stuff in a different way because they like to say that like these directors they put out a flop, but a lot of these like Freakin', like they talk about cruising, it's like, well, he did Sorcerer was bomb because it came out dumbly the same exact time as Star Wars. It came out like the same day or something, and then
Yeah,
it
some
completely
retarded like
killed it.
that.
But a lot of these directors they were on their way out, even like way before the '80s. Like especially someone like Bogdanovich, like he was like after like his run, that was it. Like none of his movies did well, and I don't know. It's just funny, like the way they kind of talk about the film history. This is just with anything, even like music. People always talk about this a certain way. Like music, they're like grunge killed hair metal. Like it just immediately disappeared, and it changed music forever. It's like, yeah, you're not. That's kind of a very broad, like you have to
Yeah,
look at everything in a big fit. You can't just zoom in on one thing. Like, oh, that's it. That's what killed it. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, and so yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I would say. I mean, yeah, obviously Heaven's Gate, but lost. I know the studios lost a lot of money with that one.
yeah. Anyway, you're 5.
My number 5 is the original 1973 Wicker Man. I've never actually seen this before, ever, which is surprising because it seems like time I would have watched a long time ago. I don't know how I missed it. I've seen the remake a long time ago,
Sure.
which is what everybody knows. And now, like, because of that remake, if you even tell people you watched the original Wicker Man, people are like, the Nick Cage one, the bees. It's like, okay, chill out. We get it. This isn't 2008 anymore.
Yeah,
Like, how many times are we gonna meme these movies? Like, The Room
I'm
with
tired of
fucking
Nicolas
uh,
Cage. I'm not tired of
I'm,
Nicolas Cage. I'm tired of his memes. But anyway,
yeah, and so, but the original Wicker Man, uh, yeah, this is, I actually really like this one. This is also another movie that you see some Celtic babes in this one. Do you?
yeah.
Boobs, nice boobs.
I only know that the girl who like dances naked at the door, she
Mm.
had an ass double. I don't. She had her
Oh
tits
yeah,
out, so I don't understand
probably.
the logic there. But I remember she was mad. Like,
You got
the girl had a fat ass, and it's not
got
my ass
the
or whatever. What?
beautiful Ingrid Pitt in this movie, who, for my money,
Yeah.
I think she's like, I think Ingrid Pitt was like at least top 5 hottest most beautiful girls ever. I was being honest. Another she's Ingrid Pitt's like Polish or whatever, but fucking she's another Scorpio. But I'm just saying, there's a consistent, there's a pattern, you know. So
there's a pattern. Okay, dude. Yeah, no shit. There's a pattern. There's only so many times or dates that somebody can be born on.
if you see a dime piece, you just be like not surprised if it's a Scorpio. She's a dime
Sure.
piece.
Sure. What's Scalo again?
Aries.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of hardworking, ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
Gets moody. Yeah. Aries. High energy.
Mm-hmm.
Aries. But he's also a Pisces moon. We won't get into astrology. We won't get into this, but
I know
maybe
you
we
wanted.
can if we have time after this.
I don't know. I only have so much.
I don't know.
I can't do it anymore. I'm an old man.
Yeah, but The Wicker Man, beautiful film.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack, the original music for this, I love this. I don't collect albums anymore, but I would have definitely bought the soundtrack if I did. It's also a movie too. This is gonna be kind of a weird thing to say, especially this movie, because it's kind of a goofy movie, and also it kind of portrays the Scots in kind of almost like a very like obnoxious way or whatever. Like, this is like one of the movies that it's a beautiful movie and stuff, and it does a good job capturing that kind of like that kind of culture in Scotland, which it does go on to this day, like the what would you call it, like the Masonic shit, like people that think is like Masonic and stuff. But this is kind of one of the movies that actually that really I don't know, tapped into like
Your Scottish shit.
Yeah, my Celtic roots, like because I always kind of ignored that kind of area in the world. I was kind of like, it's not that interesting or whatever, but it kind of reminded me, I'm like, yeah, this is actually kind of interesting culture. It's beautiful, and
everything's got their high marks, you know.
Yeah, it's actually a beautiful culture, and so that's I was like, oh, like, not that I didn't know that before, but it was kind of like you know, it kind of reminded me. I was like, oh, I got reminded.
But
also too, a lot of media does not they don't really like to especially if you watch movies or different things where they're like has to do with like Europe and stuff. Nobody, that part of the country is not really like I mean, you know, we got Braveheart and stuff, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about like I'm talking about like movies where like it's showing the beauty of like a European culture. Like we have so many movies where it's like, oh, it's showing Italy, or whatever, like France and stuff. Dang. Like, and they love to show off like, oh, look how beautiful this is and stuff. But there's not very many movies with like Ireland or like Scotland, like stuff like that, that's like showing off like, oh, look. And so yeah, that's what I like about this movie, because a lot of people are like, what, like, you know, they think the Scottish are like like drunk retards, which is true, but
everything's true and whatever, it doesn't matter.
But you know, yeah, it's underrated. It's an underrated culture.
I'm always curious.
But what's your number 4?
Well, can we take a brief intermission?
Yes.
All right. Now, what are you gonna do while I'm gone? Are you gonna cut this out, or are you gonna talk to our?
Well, I'm just gonna talk.
Okay.
Okay. But what I was saying, yeah, I think the Scottish culture, I think the Celtic culture and stuff is beautiful. Uh, I've really like lately. I really like I really like them Celtic girls. I'm not gonna lie. And two, it kind of makes sense because my favorite girls in the world are Australian girls, and they're pretty much mostly Celtic. Australian girls are still my favorite, but I like that. Like, I was gonna say New Zealand. I like New Zealand girls. It's funny; they're usually prettier, but most of them are mostly English, and I like English girls too. But I don't put them in my favorites list. And people don't like Celtic. Like, they're like, oh, people love their dudes love their BBLs, their Latina girls, their Italian, even Italian girls and stuff. Which I like that, but I've been really feeling the Celtic girl lately. Been feeling it lately, but that I discovered as I gotten older now. That is my type. The
It is.
Australian slash Celtic, like, draw, like, likes having fun, likes drinking. That's my type. I'm being honest. That is it.
What happened
But
to those Armenian bitches and shit?
I, well, I like those, but I was kind of, I think, forcing that. I'm being
Because it
honest to my
felt more
instincts.
glamorous.
Yeah, I'm being more honest to my instincts.
That's good for
Um,
you. Good for you.
like, yeah, like I. This is the thing. Like, I'm kind of over. Uh, I don't know. I'm over like closed off women and stuff. I don't really like an obnoxious social butterfly, though. Just to put that out there, I don't like someone that's too extroverted and stuff. But uh, I just like someone that's like fun, likes drinking and stuff. I have dated. My long term was a girl that was mostly Scottish, but well, she's like Scottish and Russian and stuff. Uh, but kind of like you actually. Or like kind of similar makeup, but she's mostly like Scottish. She had Irish obviously too, but yeah, she was an alcoholic, but she was very closed off. Didn't really have that like personality, and so that's when I realized too. I was like, oh, I don't like girls that are too introverted. I
Mm-hmm.
realized that. At first, I thought, oh, I just like shy girls. I don't like extrovert girls. But that was again was forcing. I was forcing
Well, you like someone with
something.
a interesting personality. I don't think anyone is like, oh, I only like shy or outgoing all the time people. I mean, uh, you just like something. I don't know. Anyone who doesn't cry too much, I like.
Yeah, I like someone that's like fun, playful, but they don't have to necessarily be outgoing or like talk. Like they don't have to be like too talkative, but be
That
something
was a light
playful.
too. Whatever. Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I see what you mean.
like that's my type. Like I know we were talking about this is intermission, but uh, my like there's this one girl. I won't get into the details. Australian girl, still to this day, is
Mm-hmm.
my favorite girl
Based.
to this day because that's what I realized too. I was like, that's my type. Was I like a girl who's I was saying fun stuff, but like kind of like calls me like the C word. I'm not gonna say it because I might get the string taken down. Cunt, like hey cunt, and like
That's charming.
is playful
I love the
and
Australian girls.
and yeah. That's my fate. That's my type. That's all it has been. I'll stand.
Best. Yeah, very quiet. Are you there? Should you mute?
Can you hear me?
I don't hear you. What?
Fuck.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. It's a little shaky though.
Oh shit.
I accidentally... No, wait, not shaky, but it's very distant. You're gonna have to get that ball a little closer to your face.
It accidentally I accidentally knocked the USB out of the computer.
Damn.
I might as well have a food break too.
There's a...
Do you get annoyed when guys are like dudes that only fetishize their only type is Asian girls or big booty Latinas? Does that annoy you?
I don't get annoyed, but it's just like, you know, there's so many like
well, I just feel like it's like they don't actually like them. They're just saying that because it's
about this sort of actually
cool.
Well, it's like I get annoyed like kind of like when people are like even like I only like a big app, like I only like a thigh gap, or I only like a whatever, because there's so many paint in a paint box, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All women are queens. That's what I say.
That's what Myron Gaines told me.
Hmm?
That's not what Myron Gaines told me.
Who the fuck is... I don't know.
The Fresh and Fit podcast. One of the biggest podcasts ever.
Oh. That are just like... You just have some like... Just some sheet of like all these names of just like... hot, like... muscly men that you just like know all of their like traits.
Dude, I keep track with all the podcasts and all the streamers. I know all the drama. I know everything.
Hey, more power to you. You know, you're the straightest like gay man I know.
You mean the gayest right now?
I think it works both ways. I can't. I hope you have some like breakdown at some point, and you like just like, okay, I'm just gonna date a twink for like a week, and I'm just gonna see what happens.
You don't know Myron Gaines, the writer of the book Why Women Deserve Less?
No, I don't. You weirdo. I don't.
The podcast with the two black guys that have all the girls on there and they like make fun of them. Haha, you think you deserve a high value man. Haha. That's the whole podcast.
Stupid bitch. Stupid fucking...
And they have a soundboard.
I know they go crazy with that soundboard.
Nope. It's the lamest soundboard of any podcast, by the way. I couldn't make like a better soundboard. The only sound bites they have is nope or huh?
Pussy shit.
Yeah.
Say the N-word on the soundboard.
Oh no, they got banned. Or not banned, they got demonetized because I think the guy on there, it was black, but said the N-word or something. No, they got the video taken. They got Nick Fuentes on there and he said the N-word. That's what got it. Anyways, are we still eating? We're on break still?
I got one bite, dude. All right.
Everyone finishes pizza. This is like
Let's
when
roll it.
this is like when
Number 4.
this is like when Elon Musk and Joe Rogan ate pizza,
This is literally that.
and Elon Musk was like the whole time. That's his laugh. It's
Yeah, when I had my blacks working in my office, I told them if they stole anything, I'd burn their feet. Like that.
Did you see that video with Andrew Tate and Alex Jones talking to Elon Musk? And the whole time it's just Andrew and Alex being like spurgs, like just spurging out about like the mainstream media and stuff, while Elon Musk and there's like 12 other people on the stream are just quiet, and Elon the whole time is just like, yeah, true, yeah, like not even. It doesn't seem like nobody's like paying attention. It's just Andrew and Alex the whole time, like just spurting out.
I love that. I love that they have friends. I love that they, they're chilling. Okay. Anyway, should I say my shit now? I have this a little out of order, so I have to.
All right, what's your number 4?
Wait a second. Whoops. Hang on a sec, dude. I totally fucked up. I have it saved on like a letterbox thing. I have to look at that one instead of this one. Hold on. Oh my god. This is, you know what? I like it when for a little bit on a podcast or a live stream or whatever, someone's just like being kind of retarded and they just don't really know what they're doing. Okay, so I put the getting stoned. This is a very weird one to put so high up, but I put getting stoned with Maddie Healy on it. Because because I'm a troll. And
Wait, is this like a movie?
no, well, yes. It's a short form though. It's a documentary. And I put it on because I wanted to talk about Ave Zahedi and how I think that there's nowhere to go with like sort of like, well, the opposite. Wait, I wanted to talk about a self-reflexive filmmaking, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Okay. Whoa,
you know what I'm about?
Wait, what?
Filmmaking about yourself.
Oh,
I don't see you doing that.
I have no issue with that. I actually have zero issue with that. I think it can be interesting. It depends how you go about it. Yeah, I guess it's my opinion. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, you know who's like annoying with that is Charlie Kaufman. When it's like that, when it's like this is kind of about me, or like based on some aspect, but also I'm gonna like make it way like deep or hard to understand, or like what if you put, I don't know, then I kind of get annoyed. But I don't mind when it's something like what Shia did, the like Honey Boy, or who else? There's a lot of directors that make movies that are about themselves or about
Betsy Brown, actors.
Yeah.
And Peter Vack to an extent.
Yeah.
So he did it in another different way.
So it doesn't bother me.
Peter Vack, did you hear the theory that Peter Vack like ghost directed actors basically?
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
You
I
think
just
so?
laugh because it's
Yeah.
probably true, and I'm not like surprised. It's not like a something I would like speculate on. Like, wow, that's
No, I
crazy.
know.
He could probably.
I mean, I mean, like they're sort of they're. I don't know, man. I'm doing a Kanye pause right now. I have to get my thoughts in order. Um,
Shut the fuck
I
up before
just
I
feel like
exile you.
what?
Remember that? They said Kanye thinks he told that chick, he's like, "Shut the fuck up before I exile you."
Before I exile you. What's
When
that?
he's
What's
he
that?
was doing that rant at that place, and that chick, there's like people in the room, and that chick said something. He's like, "Shut the fuck up before I exile you."
Oh man, that's so fucking funny. I love that sometimes he just like likes words and he just likes to use them.
We the vultures.
What does
By
that
the way,
mean?
when I saw that album title Vultures, I actually said out loud "We the Vultures" when I saw it, and then I clicked on his streaming party. He says it in the thing. He's like on the mic. He goes "We the Vultures." I was
I
like,
have
oh
no
my
idea.
god, it's funny because I just saw the title and I
Mhm.
said it. I predicted Kanye was gonna say that "We the Vultures."
That's honestly hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that.
Kanye is predictable in my voice. I knew he was
He
gonna say that. "We the Vultures."
he
With
just likes what he likes.
The Burzum album cover. It's supposed to look like a Burzum.
I don't know what this is.
His new album that is not released or whatever that he's working on with Ty Dolla Sign.
I love his wife. I love his new wife. I love his just like weird like sex slave like vibes like whore wife.
And there's a song in it where he samples a Kevin Smith movie. Yeah. Big booty, big titty women don't fly out the sky, you know. I think that's the line from Dogma.
Is that
I bet
Dogma?
Kevin Smith was crying when he found out Kanye sampled one of his movies.
Do you think so? Why?
Yeah, because he cries at everything. He
Because
probably
he's
would. Or he probably cried because Kanye sampled in a negative way, like, why did this Nazi sample my movie?
that's what I was thinking more like. Kevin Smith is I sometimes whenever I hear about him I just get flashbacks to when we just like spend like an hour just dissecting like his whole life.
So, anyways,
Like a fucking war veteran.
Maddie Healy.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I'm trolling. I'm trolling over here because I don't actually think it's like a top 10 sort of thing. But I put it on because I feel like it like is one of the more kind of, I don't want to be pretentious or whatever, but it just felt like sort of appropriate to put it on this list or whatever because it feels very of the moment in a weird way, and it reminds. I could have put Nick Mullen's new like mediocre stand-up special, and it would have been the same effect. Year of the Dragon, stolen from a Chimino movie, which I know he saw because I saw his Letterboxd review of it.
Well, you know that his I always thought too it was a reference because in Chinese astrology Nick Mullen is a dragon. And
isn't he? Yeah, because
next year's the dragon year. Next year's the
I
dragon
remember
year.
hearing on the podcast it was like fucking. He was like he was making fun of them because he was the dragon or whatever. God, R.I.P. But much love to the Adam Friedland show. I really wanted to put the Did you watch? I don't know if you watched the Adam Friedland show at all, but did you watch the short film, the black and white short film they did?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and it was like the robot and the maiden, and Adam Freeland wears a dress, and Nick is dressed up like the Tin Man, and he's like I don't know, like I don't know. Next one, number 4.
My number 4 is Frankenhooker.
Oh shit, based.
Kino. Uh, this is this is one of the best movies ever made.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Um. Yeah, Frankenhooker. It's in the title. Um. Yeah, it's funny. It's good. It's actually like pretty well made, engaging. There's actually moments in the movie that are like, you get emotionally attached to what's happening in the situation, regardless how ridiculous the movie is. And has a scene where hookers snort or they smoke super crack, where they spontaneously combust and explode. The scene goes on for like 10 minutes of them like blowing up, and it's actually like
I don't
it's
remember.
fucking stupid.
I don't think I ever finished it. How does it end? Just spoil it for me, please.
She well he the do the doctor, the main guy or husband or whatever, he the pimp guy gets mad and kills him. He decapitates him, and she, like, I don't remember, she kills him or something like that. He dies somehow, and then she brings him back to life. Uh, and instead, he that's kind of a hammy joke where she brings him back to life, but now he has a woman's body, and it's like, no, like he's like, he's alive, but he's now has a woman's body or whatever, and yeah, that's how it ends.
I love movies where you can tell the writer was like, working through some sexual issues they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Um,
chick, the Frankenhooker chick, is Patty Mullen, I think that's her name. She's very beautiful.
she's gorgeous. Yeah.
And it's funny that and you can go on her Instagram right now. Her whole life has just been dedicated to Frankenhooker. She's just
That's
Frankenhooker
rough. That
24/7.
sucks, dude. I
Goes to
hate that.
conventions, the cameos. That's all she does. Because she was a playmate, I think,
Mm,
for a long time. But yeah,
I guess
that's what
that's
she does.
better. Um, but I don't know. I just hate it when an actor has to. She's an actor, I guess. I mean,
Uh,
I hate it when they have to just keep one role alive. Like that's so awful. They can't enjoy that. Like basically, right? Like what actor? I mean, like I don't know. It's like I guess it's good to have a thing, but I don't know. But we should. I think goofiness needs to come back. You know,
yeah.
that's partially why I like assholes and actors and all that
Well, yeah.
bullshit.
I always said that we need to bring back not straight up like ironic horror comedies, but definitely more lighter kind of horror type
Fun,
movies. Even
like
the
fun ones.
like even both Blumhouse and A24, they're both too serious. I think too. Well, you know what? The last movie I thought was like that was I would even say Pearl is a fun movie. That's what I liked about it. It was
Yeah, Pearl's fun. I like Pearl a lot. I don't really care for X. I thought
yeah,
it
it's
was
okay.
kind of dull, but Pearl I like definitely.
Yeah. What's your number 3?
My number 3, I'm gonna make you so mad right now. You could probably guess it. I kind
Oh,
of gave up.
I
You want
might
to
know it.
guess? If
Okay,
I'm wrong, if you're wrong,
Waffle
whatever.
Palace.
Yeah,
I knew it. I knew it.
yeah.
I knew that was gonna be on this list. I know.
because I didn't like I just stopped caring about
Oh, you can like
I
it. I don't care.
no, I mean it's not like I
You
stopped
like
caring like
whatever.
I think it's a bad or poorly made film, but I just wanted to like put something on that was just like they kind of just like I was able to just kind of like vibe with regardless of like how like kino it is or something, and
Yeah,
then I could
yeah.
just kind of like rock with it a little. And Dasha shines. Obviously, I was surprised at that Eugene fellow, and I regret my over interest in Spree. I regret it terribly, but I was right because I knew that he had a punchy. He had a punch to him. He had a. I don't know. I hope he doesn't suck. I hope his new one doesn't suck. But anyway, he's a great actor. I think. I think he's like really quite good. It's in a surprising way. I hated, and I don't know. I go back and forth on that like weird like liberal scene on the bench where he's talking to some black chick about fucking what's it called that everyone's
Oh,
crying about
uh,
or was in 2018.
uh,
Gentrification.
oh yeah. There's that
I,
part where they had a flashback where like they both mad because they voted for Obama or something weird. There's something like that.
well, no, that I kind of that felt very true to me that those people would totally have like been all
Oh
into
yeah, yeah,
Obama.
yeah.
And uh if he made a movie like now with the same characters, I mean at least one of them would have been like pro Trump for the meme or whatever. Uh but it just felt very true to me, and I was emotionally touched by it because I was going through a kind of a rough depressive sort of period when I
Mm-hmm.
watched it, and um I was able to really uh just kind of it was just nice to get involved into some like petty fucking like social situation, you know.
Right.
Now, why don't you like this movie?
I well, I'm gonna say that this isn't really an I guess it's a negative, but not really a negative. I just well, first off, I don't I don't really think the movie's that great. Just
Mm-hmm.
even purely on entertainment level, it's whatever to me. But uh, it's well, even when I rated it, I don't think I gave it that low of a rating. It's just kind of
I think you put it at like 3 or something.
I think it was 2.5, which is
It
like
might have been two and a half.
mid, which I would say the movie's mid. That's the way I would describe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was some of those scenes, the touching or like the kind of some of that. I think some of that stuff, like the kind of. I almost wonder too if maybe I watched this movie in the wrong time period too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's probably a part of that. I wonder if this is. It's kind of one of those movies I actually am curious if I would have liked when it came out or whatever, like 5 years ago or whatever. Uh, and so, but yeah, it's just I thought the song was kind of cringy. I don't know, like it's kind of
Cringy in what way? Like it feels like, oh, you know, some like kid who like really liked art house movies got to make a movie, or cringy and like it's like trying to be over ambitious or whatever.
no.
Like,
I think it's the yeah. It's probably a bit of the not the art house movie aspect, but more in the writing, like kind of the yeah. I was gonna say that not so much ambition, but like maybe it's the film. Maybe it's this is kind of a common theme that I don't like a lot of movies that have a film school feel to it, and I think
mm-hmm.
that it might be a bias for me because maybe it's because I it reminds me of things I've written, or reminds me of like
Mm.
certain things.
I
I think that's what the bias is. It's kind of like when I was younger, not so much. I didn't really dislike those movies type much. I actually kind of liked when I was younger, but I've gotten older. I don't know. I just the movie doesn't really hit for me. I also think there's just some scenes like you're saying the Jennifer Kate, like some of that stuff just kind of makes me cringe. There's
I
something
don't know what
about
he was trying to do there, and maybe my
there's
worst
something. Oh,
suspicions are
I don't
true.
like the text message stuff or
I thought
the
the
screen.
tech stuff was done pretty well. You
I
didn't
don't
like
like
that?
that stuff. I don't like that
You don't
stuff in
like it?
movies. I
That's
don't like that
fair
stuff in
enough.
movies,
It's not
but
your
I
bag.
there's something too about Eugene's movies. There's something about
Orenko, I learned how to say it.
his movies that I really don't. I can't even pinpoint
Mhm.
what it is. It's me
Mhm.
personally, because there's a lot of people I do not see what I'm seeing, but there's something I really like. I'm even gonna go further. Even when I listen on podcasts, if he bothers me, like his movies bother me, he bother. Like there's something about
Mhm.
his vibe and the vibe of his movies. I really get a weird negative like pushback.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
get a weird vibe. I don't know. I can't even
Like
pinpoint it.
him as a human or him as an artist or
I would say artist
just
because
kind
I
of.
don't know anything
Yeah. Okay.
about personally or anything. I don't know anything, but yeah, I would say artist.
Yeah. Okay.
I also
I
think it's
can I can
interesting
get
that
that.
he.
I got that vibe like a little bit like
I like Betsy
after
Brown
I
and Peter Vac stuff. I like their stuff. So,
yeah. Hmm.
but
I just I get what you mean. I get the sort of like I get the like feeling like, oh, I've written this already when I was in like middle school or whatever. I
yeah,
kind of get that, but I
how I feel about this movie is actually how I feel about um, like 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 Kevin Smith's like better movies. When I say
mm,
better, as in they're not good, but they're like all right. Like this is how I feel about this movie is the same way I feel about like Mallrats. That's a
I gotta
comparison.
really disagree with you, man. I
Like
gotta
I just
disagree.
think I might like Mallrats a bit better, but
Hmm.
it's kind of like that where I don't dislike Mallrats, but there's also another thing like Kevin Smith movies. There's a vibe that really kind of bothers me. There's something that like and I get that kind of like, oh, I've written this. I was younger, kind of like I don't know. I'd have to watch Wall of Palace again. I think.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd say it's worth it if you do, regardless of if you like it or not. But I just feel like at a certain point, I when I watch something, I there's some decision made in my mind. I feel like where it's like, basically it's as petty as like, is this like cool or is this like not cool? And that's not like that's being the cool factor isn't like necessarily a good thing either in a way because like that doesn't really mean anything, but I'm always kind of like it's really petty and it's an awful habit or awful thing in my head, and
right.
I try to analyze why I think that, but either way, I think that Wobble Palace is uncool in a way that makes me think about myself as a creative type person who likes to make stuff that's artistic or whatever the fuck. I think it makes me be critical of myself in a weird way. It's almost kind of like a weird like this is a best case scenario of like the worst stuff you could do. Does that make sense?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Did you
Okay,
hear me?
because it got plugged out a bit, but for
Mhm.
me, yeah, I know what you're saying. I wouldn't like really overanalyze that much. I think if you like it, you like it. There's certain movies like that, like
No, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm really cooler than liking Wobble Palace. I'm not. I'm not. I like Wobble Palace earnestly. I like it because I think it's a good movie and it touched me.
Yeah.
However, I can also see the criticisms of it, and I appreciate the movie for showing those criticisms or putting those criticisms in my head because I feel it enriched the overall viewing experience.
Right.
Maybe that's too me trying to be smart. I don't know, but either way, that's what I thought and what I felt. And yeah, that's all I have to say
Right.
about it.
All right. I'm moving on to my number three, which is the original 1974, Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3
Taking what?
of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Tell me about this. I've never heard
Uh,
of it.
this is the original. The remake. There's the remake that's in the 2000s by Tony Scott with Denzel and Travolta. I think. I think Travolta's the remake. Yeah, I think he is. I've never seen the remake, but a lot of people like it. But this is the original, um, which has oh my god, I can't think of the actors' names. This has so many like famous actors in that time. Um, what's I'm gonna have to full. I cannot remember any actors, but anyways, this is a movie that takes place in New York, and these guys hijack. They hold a subway train hostage, and they tell the city of New York that like they hold for ransom. So like we want this X amount of money. If you don't, they're all gonna die. And then so the whole movie is the police, everybody trying to figure out a way to save the people and like get these guys and stuff. But they're deep in the underground New York, like subway, like armed and like yeah, they're very strategic guys. So it's like very hard to like get them. That's the whole movie. Um, so yeah, this movie has okay, I got the cast. Walter Matthau is in this. Robert Shaw is in this. Um,
Love Mathau.
uh,
Mathau.
yeah, but yeah. So this so yeah, the whole movie is so it's kind of like a thriller. So they're just trying to figure out ways to like get underground and stuff, and like uh and yeah, and there's a lot of moments like you don't know who's gonna live, who's gonna die, what's gonna happen. So it's kind of one of those. I mean, it's a very good, great 70s thriller type movie that I've known about for a long time, but just now watched it. Also, Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs rips off the aspect of this movie with all the criminals all go by color names like Mr. Blue and stuff. He took it from this movie, but
Mm.
yeah, this is a very good, well made movie.
Who directed this again?
I forgot. It is. Oh yeah, Joseph Sargent. Sargent.
No.
He sounds familiar. What did he do? Oh yeah, he did White Lightning. He did MacArthur. I'm trying to see if there's any I recognize. Memorial Day, which I've heard of. Oh, he did Jaws: The Revenge. Uh, he did.
Perfect.
He did a lot of movies I've never even heard of. But yeah, I think this is like his most famous and higher regarded movies. But yeah, Taking Pelham 1, 2, and 3.
It's interesting
It's
sounding.
like
I've never heard of it.
it's weird to
Now,
I went on Letterboxd and I noticed because I always assumed I was like uh kind of late on this movie considered. I mean, it is a classic film. Well, it's a classic film in the '70s, but my Letterboxd people I follow on there, like barely anybody's. Like, there's only like a few people that have watched it, and I was surprised. I was like, I assumed more people would have watched this movie because it's a pretty famous and classic
I-
'70s cinema movie, but that's
basic.
talked about a lot. Uh,
Well, I'm curious to see it. It's like kind of like what's like it's kind of a crime action sort of thing.
yeah, thriller. It's very
Okay.
good. You'd probably like it. It's very New York '70s the way they talk and stuff. And the
Um,
there's a funny part in it where so they have the police station or whatever, or not yeah, it's like the police the train security office thing or whatever where they're all at, and that's what they do. They like do train security and stuff like that, uh and it's this gigantic room, and there's all this stuff, and they have people that come in and out. Like there's these Japanese guys that are visiting because I guess they're showing off this new technology they have at the time and to impress them and stuff. And I guess they're going to get in that work or whatever,
no,
or funding or something. And the guys don't know how to speak English, and Walter Matthau the whole time is like, "Get these monkeys out of
I
here."
love that. Walter Matthau.
And they're all laughing and smiling while he calls them, and like people in the office just like call them monkeys and like
Little dick, dude.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
underrated. I'm sorry. I just really gotta. I've really fallen in love with Walter Matthau. I think he's a terribly underrated actor, and I think he
Yeah.
deserves more.
Oh yeah, the acting is great, and it's very well made
Yeah.
movie. Uh,
Okay.
anyways, what's your number two?
My number two is Bad Timing by Nick Rogue.
Okay.
Um, uh, I think that everybody should, anybody who's cuts movies, should watch it. I think it's one of the most really just brilliantly edited films I've ever seen. I don't know. I have no idea really what the script looked like. I don't know if it was done in the sort of all that jazz manner of like intentionally like putting every cut and frame like where it was supposed to be or whatever, or if it was more free form in the editing room. But I think that it's uh very evocative and I'll use another fancy art word, impressionistic, and uh that's just the editing of it. Um, Teresa Russell, underrated. She's a queen. I love her. Um, I love any gal that'll just put their fucking bush out on the line and just rock with it. And Art Garfunkel, I've seen his testicles. Um, and uh, once again, I've talked about Carnal Knowledge, right?
I think you have.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's good. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I would have ranked these a little more, like how much I have to say about them, but it's just like great, like I don't know. Eisenstein would have been proud. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I've heard of
Ah,
it, but I've never seen it.
it's great. It's one of Isabelle Huppér's favorite movies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My number two, an actress I actually just mentioned earlier,
Uh-huh.
Ingrid Pitt.
Uh-huh.
Another Ingrid Pitt movie. Uh, my number two is the Hammer horror movie, The Vampire Lovers.
I was fucking like looking at this on Letterboxd like a day ago.
Okay, so this is part of the I'm blanking on the guy's name trilogy. These movies aren't connected, but they're these three vampire movies made at the same time with the same subject matter. There's the Vampire Lovers, there's Twins of Evil, and then there's Lust for a Vampire. Uh,
Oh, my fave ever.
Vampire Lovers is I think the best of the trilogy. Uh, this I was surprised how much I like this movie. I wasn't expecting. I like some of the Hammer horror movies, but I didn't expect it one to even end up on the list, let alone be this high. This movie is kind of like what I said about Sleepaway Camp 2. Just like entertain, like there's not one dull moment, like so entertaining and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
but also I think for my money, I would like to see a movie that beats this. I've never seen that massage parlor movie with what's her name, Mimi Rogers. I've never seen that, but for
Oh,
my money,
full body massage, the Nick
yeah,
Rose.
yeah, I've never seen. But for
Uh,
my money, Vampire Lovers is the hottest movie
is the
ever.
hottest ever. Yeah,
This movie,
this is so brilliant. I'm glad about this that you said that.
I mean, yeah, Ingrid Pitt, but like this, not just Ingrid, but like this is you're gonna be seeing the most beautiful women ever.
Hmm. I believe you. I
This
hear
movie
you.
and
They.
this
God
movie's
bless
so
them.
hot. This movie's
Yeah.
this is a better lesbian sex movie than Blues Horse Color. Way better.
Wow.
That movie, way better than like most of those type of movies. Like I'm just being real, and it's
Hmm.
actually one of those two where yeah, it's just a very not just that, but it's just a very engaging movie. It's like I said, it's entertaining. Even the violence, like the story, is not too deep, but it's like entertaining. Like
Yeah.
a lot of Hammer movies, they have a lot of boring moments, so this one just has everything. Peter Cushing's great in it. This has like everything you want in that type of movie. Um, yeah, I like this movie a lot. Uh, yeah. All right.
You sold me on it. And you know
It's
something?
on Tubi, I think. So.
Based. Okay. I'm so happy you said that because my next pick, my number two,
Uh-huh. Earn one?
classic erotic film.
Is it
Wait,
your
what?
number one?
Is it my number one?
Is it?
Have I
Did I
miss
skip?
you?
Okay,
What
well,
did you just do?
wasn't your number three Wobble Palace?
My number three was Wobble Palace.
Now it's Taking the Pelham is my number three, and then your number two is Bad Timing,
Oh shit!
and then
I've
my
totally
number
forgot.
two is Vampire
Yeah,
Lovers.
that's so good. Either way, my number one is Last Tango in Paris.
Okay, I watched it this year too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you liked the what are you deaf? Put your fingers in my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic. Okay. Well, once again, my slightly trollish nature
One of my
is
does
coming out.
these.
Only this time, I fully mean it, and I also like fully think it's like it's better than getting stoned with Matt Healy. But anyway, okay, so go get the butter. I feel like Bertolucci, no one really wants to bring him up. Um, if they do, you're usually safe if you bring up whatever the conformist. No one cares about like the Last Emperor now. No one cares about Sheltering Sky.
I
And
like the
some
Last Emperor.
I do too. Um, and like sometimes you'll get like a before the revolution hipster, but no one wants to say that this movie is a masterpiece. I know you don't think so. I know your review or your rating 3 stars.
I'm gonna be honest. I want to watch. It's funny you brought this movie up because for like the past month, I've actually been wanting to watch this movie again, and also
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this movie quite a bit, often. I might. I don't know. If I
Because
watch
I've
it
been
again,
posting.
I might rate it higher if I actually watch it again. I don't know.
Is that has something to do with the fact that I've been
No. This is way
posting
before. Way
Brando
before.
gifts?
Way before.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
good.
just been yeah.
Um, I think that well, one, uh, free my boy Bernardo and my boy Brando because like just we can I just say it's bullshit and they're like completely they're
Oh
innocent, you know,
yeah,
innocent of the ever vague charges of an actress being uncomfortable filming a scene in a movie.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. the reaction in 2017 from people like Jessica Chastain, Miss I'm gonna wear a mask to the Oscars, of Marlon Brando and Bernardo Bertolucci are rapists and they raped that woman and it's on camera, is it never ceases to amaze me how uptight people get about it. Um uh and it sucks too because it kind of detracts from the actual performance that Maria Schneider, whatever, gives, because I
Mm-hmm.
think she's really good in it. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't know. What do you think of it? Why didn't you give it a higher rating when you rated it first?
No, I liked it. I maybe because I didn't love it or whatever, but I do want to watch it again. Like I said, it was one of those that, um, yeah, I'd like to watch again. I think, it was one of those I didn't want to give that higher rating because uh, like my first impression was like, I like this. I don't love it. Uh, there's some moments in it I think I was kind of bored at or whatever, and so that's why I kind of did it. But again, I like to watch it again that I know the whole movie and everything now in context.
Yeah,
But I want to say that Marlon Brando in this is one of my literally me characters.
honestly, it's rough to say. I get it, but yeah, like because of course Brando being a wonderful actor, he's can't help but be real. He's giving uh yeah. I think he's fucking better in this than he is in The Godfather. I'll tell you fucking that right now.
I'm gonna have to agree. Well, I don't think Godfather is his best role, anyways. But
No.
I would say, yeah, this he is better in this than Godfather.
Um
And the Godfather, I've always liked. I mean, I think he's good in Godfather, but I've always liked Godfather. Not actually so much because of him. I liked it because
no,
of
I
other
agree.
actors, all the
I
other
mean even
casts.
like fucking Robert Duvall is like, in my opinion, it's kind of maybe a hot take, but I think Robert Duvall is like maybe given a little more room to well, no, maybe not.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think he's.
In
I
my
like him
defense,
as
I
as a
haven't
better
seen The Godfather in 2 years.
That's I think I was along to that's yeah, I saw it like 2 years ago too, I think.
And I sometimes confuse one and two also. So I might just be thinking of him in two. But he's
I
baller too. Whatever. Fucking who gives a shit. Um were you unsettled by the butter scene?
I
No, not at all.
I'm gonna be honest, no.
Were you hard? This is a joke.
No, neither. I was neither.
Um what bored you? Was it like the stuff with Leod and stuff? Leod.
Yeah, it probably was that. I'm trying to remember. It was yeah. There's just moments where I was spacing out. And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. Like I said, I
That's fair enough. And it's on a different beat, certainly, than certainly most American movies, but I don't know. It has that great European quality of just shifting tone like wildly.
mm-hmm.
Um and it's tremendously exciting for that, I think. But anyway, fuck it. It's a masterpiece. I don't know. I don't have anything more to say about it.
I really like I really like in the movie is the opening credits. I really
Yeah, with Francis Bacon stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
The
pretty
music, everything. I think that's
really
one of the
beautiful
best.
score.
I think that's
Beautiful.
actually one of the best opening credits from that time period. I would say.
I probably agree. I mean, yeah,
And
yeah.
two, what I like about it is it taps into. I noticed this when I first time I watched it. It taps into because it's a very beautiful opening credit sequence, but the paintings, and so you see it, they're very like, you know, sexually provocative and stuff, and but that perfectly captures the tone, the movie you're about to watch. This perfectly captures it because it's like beautiful, but at the same time you're looking at this stuff that's like kind of gross, sort of
Very
almost like
gross,
too much, or
very,
almost like it's too much.
and
But
very
that
violent.
perfectly
Yeah.
captures the movie, I think. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
so yeah. Uh, my number one.
Let's hear it.
It's got one in the title.
What?
This is gonna be a surprising one.
Okay.
Not for us. Godzilla minus one.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
I would never thought a Godzilla movie would have been in my top one, let alone top one. I never would have thought that ever in a million years.
Hey, I mean, okay, so it rocks, I gather.
This is. I'm not even exaggerating about this. This movie, when it comes to God, well, okay. Let's say when it comes to a Godzilla, this movie, this is a masterpiece. But not just that. This is everybody said this at this point. This is the best Godzilla movie ever made. Like there's no question, there's no what ifs, buts. Like it literally is. Like it's so laughably like good that like compared to the other
It
movies,
sounds.
you're like,
Uh,
yeah, even like the original, like this is way better than any Godzilla movie. I'm gonna go further and say better than any kaiju movie, anything like that. This is
okay, wow.
this movie too. It's very well made, but I'm even going to go further. I like this better than because it's kind of it's now a movie that's in that same bucket as Fury Road or Top Gun Maverick, where people are kind of like saying like, those are movies that were part of franchises or things where it's like they're okay or whatever, but then that one movie comes out where people are like, oh my god, this is so well made,
Right.
or like,
It
I'm
throws
gonna
you
go
off.
further. I'm gonna go further. This
Oh
movie's
my
better
god.
than Free Road. This is better than Top Gun Maverick. I mean, I like those movies, but I was never a fan of those. I'm not a super fan of those movies or anything. But
No.
uh, I think it's better than those movies. This movie is so good. This is so good to the point where I almost pulled a Kevin Smith in the movie theater.
Do you cry?
I almost did.
You should have. You should have leaned into it, if anything.
I was kind of, if I stayed around longer, it would have,
Mm-hmm.
probably would have gotten into it. This movie's so fucking good that, cause like this is a movie too. You watch it, and you're like, the when they were making this, like, this is made by somebody who probably is a Godzilla fan, but was like, no, like I'm gonna make my fucking like this movie's is cinema of the highest order, like
Okay,
actual
yeah.
cinema. This isn't fucking your cuck Marvel or even the MonsterVerse shit. Like
I love this unadulterated
this
praise.
ain't for this ain't a movie for Funko collectors. This is a little mature. This is more higher brow.
Kino, I believe
Yeah,
is the word
no, it's a
you're looking
Kino,
for.
bar none. Like you watch this movie, this is a Kino. There's nothing. This movie's
I
the
love
movie.
this.
It's a beautiful movie too.
I hope you
Like the way
start
it's
crying.
made, like
Okay.
it's cinematic. It's well written. The acting, because all the actors, look at all the actors. There are actors like in actually like good movies, like not like trash movies, like actual good
Right.
movies. What's her name from Love Exposures in this movie? Actually,
Oh,
um,
based. Okay. Dope.
yeah, and she's really good in this movie. actually
Mm.
too. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the actors, like you look at the
I really
cast,
want to watch it, dude. Damn. Okay.
dude. Phew. This is a movie too that's unpredictable. This
Uh
ain't
huh.
your generic like A B C plot. Like you don't know who's gonna die, live or die. You don't even know. Like even the main characters, like I don't even know what the fuck's gonna happen or um yeah, this is a very I just gotta stress very good movie. I was shocked how much I liked it. Uh yeah, this and two what I liked about it is um if you go on the Godzilla angle, this is the finally like since the original. Well, he looks good. He doesn't like he looks like how he's supposed to look. He doesn't look fucking weird or anything like in some of these movies they've done. But he's the villain. Because all these a lot of the Godzilla, almost all of them, they're like, oh, he's a good guy. We have to protect him. There's this gay plot that gets into like environmental, like all those they get in these weird things. But no,
That's a lot of
he's
fish.
fucking
All right.
evil in
Yeah.
this movie. He kills straight up murders people and he's evil and also this movie too cuz you watch these movies like the human characters like you don't feel anything. They're just kind of like doo doo uh like there's movies that they're like flying in a helicopter and they're like oh and then that's it. You don't really feel anything. You don't really they're going to live. You don't there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
there's no this movie you feel they really focus on the character struggle. There's some scenes that are intense because it's unpredictable. You don't know who's gonna live, who's gonna die. Too, you're just like they sort of like I'm not gonna spoil it, but like something like you're just like what that person died, like what? Like there's a lot of weird
Okay.
shit like
Yeah.
that, and it's almost like I compare it to the movie Source. I compare it to Sorcerer, where because Sorcerer they're in the trucks and they're trying to survive pretty much and trying to get through these obstacles.
I
But
yeah.
the whole movie, you're watching them, and you're like, and that's another one. You don't know who's gonna live, who's gonna die, and also you feel the struggle. Your scenes are like, oh shit, no, don't do that. Why is he doing this? Don't go there. In this movie, it's like that too. Like because a lot of this they're in little boats, so it's more intimidating. It's like realistic how people react to the situation. Someone does something stupid, and other characters are like, "What like what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't fucking." And I like that because you feel the struggle of the characters. The other movies, you don't feel anything. You don't even care who lives, who dies. This one, you care, and
Mm-hmm.
it is so depressing. It's a very depressing movie. Um, yeah, but I like this movie a lot. I could go on and on about it, but
You sold me on it. I gotta say, I really want to. This and American Mary, I think, are the ones I'm gonna be quickest to like look into.
yeah,
Um, I should watch more like Japanese shit, honestly.
mm. Well, yeah, and this too because I saw in the theaters. It was in subtitled.
Mm-hmm.
There's no dubbing or anything, and it's
Good,
kind of like
good,
that
good.
Boy and the Heron, which I like too. That was subtitled. There's no they did these movies were not released with dub at all, and it's funny because
Not yet,
these
huh?
movies did financially better than any of the other movies. Like there's that Disney movie Wish or whatever. These movies made more money.
Good,
They made
fucking
more
good.
money.
God.
And it shows too that I'm kind of glad Hollywood now is like comfortable releasing foreign movies in like mass movie theaters. I'm kind of glad now because uh I was watching the audiences. They were engaged. They didn't really. There's no like what?
Mhm.
Why is this subtitled? There's none of that. People were
I mean, I
engaged,
guess
and
probably most of the people walking in knew what they were getting into.
yeah, but
Yeah.
there was none of that. But that's what Hollywood thinks that people are gonna react that way. But no, and
It's refreshing, yeah, when people aren't stupid.
it's definitely the success of that Everything Everywhere at Once and Parasite are kind of I think pretty much the reasons why you see a lot of these type of movies in more mainstream cinemas now instead of just art house. Because
Yeah.
before I would, and actually you see a lot of even A24 movies getting wider releases and stuff. Because before when I watched those type of movies, I'd had to go to like the art house, the local art house
Interesting.
theater to watch those. But now it's like, oh, I can just watch this at a Regal theater at AMC. Like, oh, okay, like, you
Yeah, I know what you mean.
know,
Actually,
yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, good. I love hearing you get just giving unadulterated
Oh, I have to say
praise.
too. I have to get into
Mhm.
this.
Okay.
God's Godzilla is one of the film series or film just in general series, I guess. The Japanese ones. Because I wasn't even as a kid, I wasn't infatuated with the Matthew Broderick Godzilla. I wasn't even infatuated with it as a kid. I didn't really care for it even then. But the Japanese Godzilla, um, those are like the movies along with like even Star Wars. I always said what did I say? Universal monster, like just old horror movies in general. Those type of movies that got me, uh, into movies and stuff. That's kind of what my starter point was, and uh, then I got more deeper and blah 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 blah. But away from that stuff. But yeah. So and as a kid, ever since I was a kid, I was like, I've always wanted to see a Godzilla movie like this. And every if you read online, people talking about this, they're like, everybody says like we've always wanted to see a movie like this. Like
Mhm.
we're tired of the kiddie stuff. We're tired of um just like we just want to see a good movie, like a well made. We don't want to see even
Right.
that 2014
I
movie
know.
was really boring. Like we want to see a well made movie in Japanese, not American, not actually authentically Japanese. And we finally got there's that Shin Godzilla, but I've never seen that one actually. Surprisingly, I've never seen it, but people everybody says this one's way better. Like
Really.
yeah. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we finally got a good movie now, because like a lot of people, I was with them, along with them that uh we were always tired of Godzilla being kind of laughed at, like a laughing stock character, kind of like we're just tired of it. Like no, we need it because the original is a very good. That's a well made movie. That's the only other one. That's this and that one.
When was
Is
the original? Do you remember?
what's that?
When was the first one?
When
It
it
was
came
like,
out?
right?
When it came
Yeah.
out?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
1954, I think.
Huh. Okay. Yeah.
But that's a serious movie too. That's like a series, the Japanese one, because there's the American
Right.
edited version, but the Japanese, it's
Hmm.
a serious movie. It's not, and that one's Kino. I mean, it's released by Criterion, released it even before they released the other ones, but like it's a cinematic, it's a serious movie. It's not a goofy movie or anything.
Sure.
And this one is kind of a it's not a remake because it's different characters and stuff, but it's the same kind of the story's kind of a remake of the original, and
I mean,
yeah,
there's no.
so it's the same tone. Like it's serious. It's not. There's no
Yeah.
goofy stuff. Like there's nothing goofy about it or anything, and um, yeah, this movie's it's just well made. I mean, I liked it better than any of the other movies I put on my list. That's why I had to put it on there, and yeah,
That rocks.
yeah,
I'm so happy to hear that.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how much time you have left, but I
Mm.
suggested quit. Like we don't have to get into it that long, but if you did you have any worse movies you watched?
All right. Yeah.
I made a list too. Another time. Yeah,
You know something? I think this year I have really mostly just avoided anything that
I did too.
didn't like. I got a little time, so I may as well run through my lower ranked stuff here. Uh, why don't you say what was the worst thing you saw, or one of them, or whatever, what have you?
Um. Okay, so I'll because some of these few of these you might actually like me to talk about. Okay, I'm just gonna go with number 10 through number one. I'll go through these really quick, actually. My
Okay.
number 10 was Ginger Snaps 2.
Right.
Just the boring movie with an awful ending to a, the first one's a really good movie, and it kind of almost ruined the ending of the first one. Number 9 is the Demon Slayer movie anime,
Yeah.
which I've been
Yeah.
for years people have been talking about. You have to watch this movie. You have to. You love it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, okay, watched it blind, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
This like cutesy. This is the gay.
Did you ever
shit
watch
I've
the
ever
show?
seen. No.
I watched a few episodes. It was cool.
I saw the movie.
But I don't know.
I thought it was the gayest shit I've ever seen.
I
I'm
thought
gonna be
the
honest.
consensus was like, don't fucking watch the movie.
No, people love the movie. Have you ever looked on Letterboxd? People love the movie. They love it.
They
It was the
can
top
like
grossing movie of Japan. I think it still is, too. It's weird, but yeah, the Japanese love it. I think it's awful. But anyways, number 8 was High Tension,
Mhm.
French movie, High Tension. You know,
Sounds
it's
kind of
always on
familiar.
it's always on disturbing movies list as the famous twist.
Nah, I don't know.
Uh, I mean,
Not good.
it's not good. It's a polarizing movie. Either people really like it, or really don't like. I didn't like it. It's just lame. The twist was just like, what? That's stupid. It's one of those.
Mhm.
Also, I put the fuck, what's it? How you pronounce it? The Poughkeepsie tapes.
Vaguely
The
heard of
found
them. I
footage.
always see some
It's that
review
fake
on
documentary
YouTube.
about the. It's the fake found footage documentary about the serial killer.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. Yeah,
Don't give a fuck.
it's
Looks gay.
bad.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Bad.
bad.
Also, another one which actually a lot of people like. This is actually
Uh-huh.
is a student film. Funny enough,
Uh-huh.
The Delicate Art of a Rifle.
The devil what?
The Delicate Art of the Rifle.
Never heard.
Actually is a student film. Very low budget. I watched it because people like it. The film's based on the Charles Whitman situation or shooting or whatever from the 60s. It's based off of that. Yeah, it's not. It was almost. I thought it was unwatchable. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Also, where am I at? Number 5 is you love this one, Polanski unauthorized.
I thought you were gonna say his new movie. I was like,
No.
how the fuck do you see it? Okay, yeah, Polanski Unauthorized. Yeah, I watched some of that.
It was pretty funny though. There's some fun.
Yeah.
It was kind of.
Fucking, how was the guy who played Polanski?
What's that?
How was the guy who played Polanski?
Not that great.
Was Samantha sexy?
I
It's a
don't
joke.
remember.
Dude, that's no okay.
This is a weird. It's a weird movie.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
don't understand
strange.
the Anton LaVey stuff.
I don't
It was
understand
weird.
why someone wants to like do
Which, by the way,
that
is
kind of
BS.
movie about him.
The Polanski being friends with Anton LaVey is like BS.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And that was also something Anton LaVey like made up because he's a pathological liar. He admitted to having sex with Marilyn Monroe and other lies.
Didn't he have sex with Jane Mansfield or something?
I think he did.
Why does he gotta lie about? Why is he fucking?
I think he did.
I hate
but
that kind of guy.
yeah, he was a
Like he
liar.
fucked James Mansfield. Just like chill.
I don't know. He probably didn't. To be honest. But yeah, my number 4 is the 1959 classic, The Tingler, with Vincent
The
Price.
what?
The Tingler with Vincent Price.
Oh, you didn't like the Tingler?
No, I thought this was a piece of. I actually thought it was a piece of shit.
It didn't tingle ya?
My number three is the 2004 version of Helter Skelter TV movie.
Oh,
I
yeah, that
watched
looked
the
kind of
'70s
weird.
one too this year. Um,
Uh,
I actually like the '70s one. I'm gonna be honest. I
the
don't love
70s
it,
one is cool.
but yeah, I like it.
You know what? Actually, I think I've only ever seen the ending, but I just remember being sick at home and seeing it and just being like, that was nuts. That was really weird.
I know that
My watch
uh,
stopped.
I know that some of the people I know would be like, "Come on, dude, really? You like that?" I was like, "Yeah, actually, like, I thought it was entertaining." The 2004 movie is
Yeah.
bad
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
the waitress from It's Always Sunny playing Lynette Fromme.
They
That's
should have got Gallo. I was reading some Gallo interview. And I know you know this, whatever, you know everything about this, but he was gonna play Charlie. Yeah, you're cut out. Hold up.
Can you hear me now?
You know?
Fuck. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No.
The fuck?
Do sign language. I'll speak for you. Check that chord.
Can you hear me?
Fuck.
I'll call back.
Dude.
What the fuck? You can not hear me at all?
Charlie heard us.
Hold up, I'll call back. Come on. Fucking brutal, dude. I think my. Yeah, I'm still talking on the stream. Why isn't it calling? What the fuck?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird. It wasn't letting me call you back at all. Just froze every time I tried. Um uh we are talking about the Gallo playing. Yeah, Gallo wanted to make a Manson movie a long time ago.
Oh, well, I heard that he wanted to make one, but I also heard that he was like gonna. They were like talking to him. They're trying to talk him into playing him in some other Manson movie, and he declined because he didn't feel like he could.
Hmm.
It would be good enough for him or
I wonder
good
if it
enough.
was this one. I'm assuming.
No, it was like more like late '90s, not 60s.
Oh, it might have been. There's that one from the '90s, I think, that people don't talk about. Forgot what it's called.
I could not take him seriously as Charlie. I just couldn't.
He doesn't even really like. He has the hair, but doesn't really look like him, really.
No, I mean I just couldn't get over
But
that
what's his
fucking
name
voice.
played him? Doctor Who guy played him.
Yeah, right. He was,
The only thing he nailed was how he talked. He nailed it.
got the
The
voice and the cadence
Even the
down.
vocabulary and everything.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean that's the writer.
yeah. I was saying that they got the vocabulary down at least. How he would talk. Yeah,
Hmm.
things.
No, yeah. He did a Okay, I don't know.
You're kind of muffly now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay.
But
Anyway, what was your number 3?
it was that one. The
Okay,
Television
right.
2004 TV movie. It's just bad. It's like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah.
bad.
It looked
Historically
pretty
inaccurate
legendary.
as fuck too. Like
No,
there's
yeah,
nothing.
sure.
It's bad. Um Number 2 is I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. which is a
Deja
sequel
vu.
which
What?
is a sequel to the original, made 40 years later with the
I
same
don't know if I've
actress.
heard of this one.
The same actress from the first one. And it's supposed to be her daughter get kidnapped and
What
this
year?
2019.
Okay. It's a weird time to like put out a "I Spit on Your Grave" movie. I don't know what like audience
It's
is
a
gonna go
sequel to
for
the
that.
original.
Oh, whatever.
It's awful.
Yes, it's pretty bad already.
Number 1 is actually the worst movie I've ever seen.
No
Tied
shit.
with.
Okay.
Have I ever told you that I think Christmas Story 2 is the worst movie ever made?
Yeah, I think you've mentioned that before. I believe it.
There's a contend. This is actually a contender. It's either as bad or worse. It's not better. It's as bad or worse. Is Creep Show 3.
Oh, I'm vaguely aware.
Well,
Like, it's what? That's not the show. The show didn't get made, but they made like some
no.
weird
They made that
movie
way
on
later.
Shudder.
No, Creep Show 3 is there's the show, but this is the movie that's made in like 2006. This movie's made in
Okay.
1960. Dude, this I was out of curiosity because it was on Tubi, and I knew it was gonna be bad because everybody across the board says this is awful, but
Sure.
it is. You know what the movie's like? It's like they had because it's an anthology movie, like the first 2 movies and stuff. But what they did, it's like the movie they shot all the scenes, and it's very low budget. They
Mm-hmm.
shot all the scenes, and someone went on a computer and just randomized the clips, the scenes, and they just edit together like that and release the movie. Like it does not make any sense. It's just like random,
Very
nothing's coherent.
avant-garde. You don't get it.
Yeah, it is. Nothing's coherent about the movie. I don't even know what's
Like,
going on.
yeah.
The actors, the things that happen in the movie just piss me off, annoy me. The music, like everything about it just annoys me. The way it's filmed, like everything is so like headache inducing. And this is worse than Christmas Story 2 because at least Christmas Story 2 is like coherent somehow. And that's one of the worst things ever made of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my list.
I literally not that I guess I should count myself lucky in some way because I didn't think I saw anything really terrible. The worst thing I saw was probably that Eli Roth movie, and even that I had a good time. I had a fun little time. Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
they brutalize a lot of women.
Isn't Tim Dillon in it?
Yeah, nothing's perfect in this world.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
I'm really off my Tim Dillon thing. I just don't.
Well, I was
burned
off
out.
with him. I had to cut him out when he was being a gay bitch, dickhead, Ben.
Yeah.
Goes.
Right? Yeah,
And
basically around
that
that
kind of
time.
exposed him too. We were all like, oh, so he is like the other LA comedian. He is like all those other guys. Like it kind of showed like, oh, he is that guy.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't have minded if it was like if his podcast was still like cooking to me, but it's just like, I get it. You've done it, and
what was he like in it?
But he was fine in the movie.
Happy Thanksgiving.
He's barely in. It's like a cameo, basically.
Wow, cranberries. That sounds great. Yeah, I like.
No, that's how he's
yeah.
No, he's not like a bad actor. I don't think he has issues with his acting. He's fine enough in it, and he's not in it that much either, so it's like fine. But it was just kind of like, oh, is that what we're doing? because it was so early on that you see him. Whatever. But yeah, good year for me, really. I guess I've watched. There's tons of shit I could have put on there, that probably could have belonged, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen any other Eli Roth movie other than Cabin Fever, which
Yeah, same actually.
I'm one of the only people on Earth that is a fan of that movie.
It's fun.
I
It's
love
good.
Cabin
It's
Fever.
all right. You love it?
Yeah, I like it. It's
Never,
so stupid. It's
mm,
it's kind of in that Sleepaway Camp 2 category. I put it. I
yeah,
think
you'd
Sleepaway
say.
Camp 2 is better, but yeah, it's fucking stupid. Yeah.
Mm.
Um. Yeah. Sleep. Eli Roth. Uh. Speaking of Tim Dillon and those guys, have you ever watched the Red Bar
Mm.
podcast? Red Bar.
Never fucking heard of it.
Oh, I've sent clips in the group chat. Uh, Red Bar is my favorite thing. I think like it's my favorite podcast. It's that one guy. It's just a guy. It's all filmed. He has like the greatest like podcast set, and he's like
Nice. I love him already.
he has the same exact like taste as I do. Clothes he dresses,
Really?
and the whole every video is just him reacting to he just makes fun of like every comedian in existence, like every comedian podcaster in existence.
Easy.
He's even done a video on actually not making fun of them, but he did a video on Red Scare actually, and then he's talked about
Like,
Nick Mullen and stuff before. He's talked about everybody. Just think of a comedian or podcaster. He's talked about them. He's talked about
okay, yeah,
everybody.
sure.
He makes fun of Anthony Cumia a lot because he worked for him a long time ago, and
Oh, okay, well, that's kind
yeah,
of in
it's
perspective then, because it's easy to make fun of Anthony, I think.
he
But
calls him the Count. He calls him Count because he's like a vampire. Because
mhm.
he likes because there's that video of him biting his ex's arm. He got mad and bit her arm, and he calls
That's
him the Count because he looks like
that.
a vampire. He looks like a ghoulish
He looks like
vampire.
an old Italian vampire. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
But
mean, most old do, I guess, but still.
his videos are really good, funny.
Yeah, I must have seen like one of them. I watched a fair spattering of like your weird, like obscure podcasts that you throw into the group chat.
That's probably what it is, Red Bar, because he's that video making fun of Joe Rogan's height, and then
Yeah, yeah. I see why you like the guy though. I get it.
yeah, I pretty much agree with him on everything.
Yeah.
He hates everybody, but he likes Kanye and like Red Scare.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah well yeah yeah, I don't know, his videos are funny. I just had to throw him out there because
Yeah, he
I'm kind
sounds
of
pretty.
I'm late on him. He's been around forever. He's
Over.
actually been doing his podcast since 2003. It's pretty old. 20 years ago.
How old is he?
He's like 40.
Mm.
I think he is 40, like exactly 40 years.
I see.
Yeah, but it's really
Is that where you hope to be?
I made that joke. I said that I saw a picture, like it's probably me in the future because he dresses like he has the same exact like taste, clothes, like everything.
Yeah.
It's creepy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me in the future making fun of podcasters.
Yeah.
There's that thing I brought him up to because comedians really hate him because he makes fun of them and stuff. And Joey Diaz and Sam Tripoli are the ones that actually went to his house, like knocking on the door, like "Come on out." There's no video of it, but there's one video of Sam Tripoli doing it. But that's how pissed they actually went to Arizona, went to his house, and like, "Come
That's
on
so
out,
fucking gay.
come
You're
on,
a grown man.
come on out, cocksucker."
You have
That's what
children, you fucking freak. What are you doing?
No, they both do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joey
my
Diaz
God.
made a dramatic video where he's like, Listen, cocksucker, I don't mind going back to prison. He's like, I hear what you're. He's like, all you do is talk shit all day. That's all you
Okay,
do.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, Joey. Talk ideas.
You talk shit all day,
Yo,
cocksucker. He
talk
has his
shit all day.
jowls. But Sam
Yeah.
Tripoli, because uh, oh, because he has an intercom thing, the Mike David guy from Red Bar, and there's a video. Sam Tripoli films himself talking to his intercom and like he's like, "Come on out, motherfucker, come on out."
I
And
have
for
no
his,
idea who Sam Tripoli is. Probably
he's a part of that group,
tall,
comedians.
skinny guy with a beard, or
Yeah,
okay, I might
he's
know.
into conspiracy theories. He's
Aren't they
really
all?
into, but he's only into like the safe stuff. He's not gonna
9/11.
he's not gonna go and get into the Jays. He's not gonna get into Nick Fuentes territory. He's not gonna get
He's
into
a
that
J free
territory.
kind of guy, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
9/11. Oh, the CIA. They killed Jim. He's a CIA guy. You know this guy. This type of guy.
yeah,
Very
mid
safe.
tier shit,
Yeah.
fucking like pussy shit.
He's into aliens, ancient aliens. That's the type of stuff he's into.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get the
Yeah. Anyways, anything else? Want to talk about anything?
Well, nothing comes to mind, but thank you for inviting me on.
Yes. We could
It was
we
very
could we could do this. We could do this more, like, not just this topic, but just revive this somehow.
be interested. I'd be interested. I don't know. I'm busier than I was. I don't know how often I can really do like a
Oh, I was gonna
5 hour or
I
whatever.
was gonna
What?
say because I remember I messaged you. I said, "Oh, I was gonna like remind me. I have to text you for done with this."
I totally would have
I'll
forgot.
just tell you right. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I was gonna tell you that well, I was gonna say I actually did want to kind of revive this somehow, but I told you about this a while ago too. That I said the only way I'll do it is if like I'd have to have like a set and everything. Like it'd have to be more higher level or whatever.
I remember. Do you have a set? What?
No, I don't have a set, but
Okay.
I'm saying that I'm just throwing that out there. Like because I'm kind of going back and forth with that idea. Like I'm
Mhm.
for a while there, I had that idea. I was like, I don't want to do that again.
Goals
That
are a
type
little
of
more
thing. But
probably.
now I'm actually I want to go through with that set idea and like uh I'm gonna be I'm actually gonna be like streaming like every day, and then I'm gonna because actually some of these streams, depending on the stream, some of them do well,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna build an audience. I'll probably stream on Kick and those other platforms like that people are going on, and yeah, I'm getting into streaming, which I should have a long time ago. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I have a YouTube
That's
channel
cool, dude.
because
Right.
like the topics change and stuff. I have a YouTube. It's not a channel; it's just an account because there's no videos or anything. Um, where I it's just subscribed to like a bunch of channels, stuff I don't even like, but it's just stuff that I'll go on there every day and see like who has. That's how I'll keep up with the news and things like
Mhm.
that. Where I'm like, I'll see like who so and so is up to and stuff, and then I can get like content from it. I'm doing a lot of reacting or commentary over stuff which I've already done. Like, I might do kind of like what Red Bar does. Like, might watch a Joe Rogan thing or fucking I might watch a Jordan Peterson thing. I might watch uh Andrew Tate thing. I might watch a fresh. I'll have to keep track of all of these guys because I don't, in general, I don't care. I don't pay attention to these guys, but I'll keep tabs open so I have content. So I'd be a content machine and be aware of what all these guys are
Mhm.
up to.
I could never. I don't have that kind of commitment.
Those, and I'm gonna do that every day, consistent. I'm trying to do it every day consistently. If I don't, so.
Yeah.
But anyways, Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, my pleasure, dude.
Uh,
Sorry, I was so awkward the whole time.
no, it's fine. This stream, I saw people kind of came in here and there. Like you saw someone that stayed for a while. A few people, then they just leave. But that happens in real life stream. Some people stay, then they leave, stay,
Yeah.
leave. When I see someone, a bunch of people watching, like 7 people or something, that's when I have to like get really amp myself up and get you know that's when we have to get into some racy topics and stuff. The viewer count goes up. People
Jays.
say, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You gotta give the people what they want.
I think it's the Jews. And you know what's funny is that's not even controversial now. That's the norm now.
Is it? I don't even fucking know anymore,
Yeah.
dude. I'm so fucking
Pro-Palestine stuff.
That's
the norm now.
all right, whatever.
It's
I
the norm
mean,
now. Now
I
people
don't
are
know.
loving Kanye. People are
We
like,
gotta
yes,
fucking, I don't know.
end this. We'll end this.
It's funny. It's funny to end it briefly on a little Palestine Israel tease.
No, but it's funny because for years, like the people that like posted like Israel memes, they're always like 4chan types. Now you see leftists posting that stuff. I'm just like, what?
They want to be like cheeky. Like, I don't know. That's why they do
It's
it.
weird. It's a weird timeline. Like I see like a lefty girl, like you never would have thought post that stuff. All of a sudden post.
I've seen
stuff. You're
seeds
like,
of it for
what?
like a few years at least, like neoliberal hell type shit.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
like more mainstream,
like Hassan Piker, liberal.
Hassan
type.
Piker.
Like
I'm
that
coming
type.
to kill you. Yeah.
H3 watching types.
Okay. Yeah.
Low level types, and I'm just surprised you see them posting that stuff now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't want to fucking.
We don't have to get into this. We can wrap.
I'm not. Yeah, we'll do that another time. Maybe we need to add our voices to the to the choir.
We have to stream on Rumble. I talk about this stuff.
Fucking Rumble. Oh my god.
Where you can say the N-word.
Gotta get on Rumble, dude.
And the F word. That's why people go on there. They say the N-word, F word.
Yeah. N's and F's and J's. Oh my. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Are we good?
Yeah, I'll stop recording in a bit. All right. Bye. Thanks for watching.